Hi children, in this class of biology I am going to start new lesson, that is the cell, the basic unit of our life. Okay, so this is the new concept that you are going to learn in this class now. You all know that the earth consists of living and non-living things, isn't it? And also there are organisms which we cannot see with our naked eye too. They're very small object, that is we can say that if you take the plant from the smallest moss to the highest coniferous plant, or a smallest bacteria to a highest blue whale, that is we are observing or we are able to see in this world. So how are we able to see? Before 300 years ago, we do not know about the living world which we cannot see with our naked eye. How we were able to see this? What is the basic unit of the life that you are going to learn in this lesson, that is cell. What is cell? What does our body consist of? Our body consists of very smaller units called the structural units called the cells. Okay, these were being observed by various scientists. The living world, which is very minute, or being observed by the different scientists through their different microscopes. What are they? So the first microscope was invented by Zacharias Janssen in the year 1570. In the year 1590, he is of 1590. He belongs to Netherlands. He is Zacharias Janssen. Zacharias Janssen. Okay children, so he invented the concept of compound microscope. Concept of compound microscope. First, simple microscopes were being used with a single lens. Later, several lenses or more than two lenses were used in a microscope, which is called as a compound microscope. It was by the Zacharias Janssen who used the concept of compound microscope. Galileo Galilei, hope you know this, him, isn't it? Galileo Galilei. He perfected the device of compound microscope. Perfected the device is the instrument, as you know well, of compound microscope in the year 1609. 1609 children. See, the concept of compound microscope was introduced in the year 1590 by Zacharias Janssen. In the 1595 or so on it happened so. And Galileo Galilei perfected the device of compound microscope. Okay, so before them, there were scientists who observed the smallest organisms and worked about the living organisms. Who were they? That you are going to learn now. So the scientists like Athanasius Kircher. Athanasius Kircher. What is his name? His name is Athanasius Kircher. His life period was in between 1601 to 1680. 1601 to 1680. So these were the scientists who observed. They are the scientists who observed and described the unknown world. Who observed and described the unknown world. unknown world. He was Athanasius Kircher. His life period was between 1601 to 1680. Jan Swammerdam. Jan Swammerdam, and his life period was between 1637 to 1680. 37 to 1680. And Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek. His life period was between 1632 to 1723. 1632 to 1723. Okay, children. Next was the Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke, whose life period was between 1635 to 1702. 1635 to 1702. Once again, I repeat the scientists' names, children. The scientists who observed and described about the unknown world. They were Athanasius Kircher, whose life period between 1601 to 1680. Jan Swammerdam, 1637 to 1680. Antony van Leeuwenhoek, 1632 to 1723. Robert Hooke, in between 1635 to 1702. Okay, in 1590s itself, you know that the microscope was being in 15th century of the microscope was being invented. But you know that these microscopes were being magnified intensely by several scientists. Okay, children, who were they now? Children, Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek in his life period you see here, it was between 1632 to 1723. So he observed in 1674. In 1674, he observed the living bodies in a drop of water. He observed the living bodies in a drop of water through his simple microscope. Through his simple microscope, that too single-celled microscope. Simple single-celled magnifying lens. Under his microscope of magnifying lens in 1674, he observed the living bodies. What did he observe? He observed bacteria, yeast, protozoa, and red blood cells and all the life, that is steaming life in the water. He has observed in the moving water. He observed in a drop of water. He observed the living bodies. Who observed in a drop of water? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek observed in the year 1674. Observed in the year 1674, he observed the living bodies in a drop of water. What are the living bodies that he observed? What are the living bodies that he observed? Bacteria, yeast, protozoa. Note it down, children. Bacteria, yeast, protozoa, teeming life, red blood cells, RBC of human body, RBC, and teeming life also in the water. Right from the smallest one to higher organism, he tried to observe through his magnifying lens of microscope. He tried to observe the living bodies. Okay, children, note it down first. What is the observation of Antony van Leeuwenhoek? Later, we'll proceed to the discovery of a cell and what is a cell. Now, the basic concept of the lesson, that is cell, the basic unit of life. Cell, the basic unit of life. While observing the bodies, he have organized, that is every organism consists of organs. Organs consist of tissues. So they are made of tissues. Tissues are made up of cells. Okay, children? So this is about the simple organism. How the organism is put forth. So every organism, it contains them. So in fact, every organism, it contains an organ systems first. So what are the organ systems? You know very well. Circulatory system, excretory system, respiratory system, reproductive system, everything. So organ systems, every organism consists of organ systems. They are made of organs, and organs are made of tissues, and tissues are made of cells. So every organism contains the cells. Every organism contains the cells. Okay, children? So from this you can understand that cells are the basic structural and functional unit of life to exist. Structural and functional unit of life. So what are the basic functions of the organism? Basic functions of the organism are the functions that are performed by the organ systems like digestion, ingestion, excretion, respiration, reproduction, egestion. So these are all the functions that are performed by the organ systems in an organism. So an organism performs the various functions through the different organs that are present in a body, which contains the tissues and cells, and these cells they are made of these organs are made of tissues and cells, and the cell is a basic and structural unit of an life or organism, we can say. So what is a cell? Cell is a basic structural and functional unit of a living body or a life that exists. Okay, so body is made up of smaller units. It is a very, very smaller unit that is present in a living organism, which is called as a cell. Body is made up of smaller units called cells. So note it down, children. What are cells? Cells are the smaller units of the body, the basic building blocks of all the living things. The basic building blocks of all the living things is the cell. Cell is the basic building block of all the living things. So body is made of smaller units small units, they are called as cells. Okay, so cell, these are the basic building blocks of all the living things. Okay, it is the structural and functional unit of the living organism. Cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Structural and functional unit of living organism. So it appears like the bricks of buildings. So it appears, if it is a organism, there are so many cells in an organism. So like bricks of a building, like a bricks of a building, it appears like a bricks of a building in a body. So we can say that the cells are the building blocks of all the living things. Okay children, so who discovered microscope? What is a microscope? We have studied. So how do you observe these cells? You can observe these cells of a living organism with the help of a microscope. Microscope is an instrument with which you can see the organisms which we cannot see with our naked eye. Is it clear? So there are many organisms, from the smallest mosses to highest coniferous plants, or the smallest bacteria to highest blue whales, that which we can see only with the help of the microscope, which we are able to see now, isn't it? So before 300 years ago we did not know about the microscope, but now with the advent of the different types of microscope which were invented by our scientists, as I said you earlier, the resolution power which the Antony van Leeuwenhoek made in the year 1670, isn't it? 1674 is in the year 1674. It was about several lakhs of the resolution power was there. Resolution power of the microscope of Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Microscope that was invented by the Antony van Leeuwenhoek was of several lakhs times. Several lakhs. Okay. Next, cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. In which year, children? Cell was discovered in which year? Cell was discovered by Robert Hooke. By Robert Hooke in the year 1665. In the year 1665. See the Robert Hooke's microscope, children, on the board. You already know about the structure of the microscope, which you have learnt in the 6th standard, that it consists of structural component and visual components, isn't it? So both the eyepiece, objective lens, that is the light, the source of light, these are all the visual components that you need to observe the objective. Is it clear? So here also in the Robert Hooke's microscope, you can see the eyepiece, the barrel through which it is been constructed, and the focusing screw to adjust the knobs, that is an adjustable knob to adjust the object to be visible clearly. So the object is placed, it is objective, and the specimen holder, this is the specimen through which the objective is being observed. This is the light source or the oil lamp with the water flask through which the object is being enlarged. So the Robert Hooke, he observed. Robert Hooke, he was a British scientist. He was a British scientist. Robert Hooke's microscope. He was a British scientist. He invented this microscope in 1665. In 1665, he observed the cork cells. Cork cells, that is, of the cells of the oak plantation. Cells of the cork cells of oak plantation. He observed under his simple microscope, which is under the single magnifying device. This is a single magnifying device. He observed the slices of cork, soft bark from oak plantation. Cork cells, he observed the cork cells. So what are these? They are the barks from the oak plantation, soft bark. He took the soft bark from the oak plants and he observed under his microscope. So what did he observe under his microscope? He observed that under his simple magnifying device, he observed the cork cells resembled the honeycomb structure. Cork cells resembled honeycomb structure. What did they resemble? Honeycomb structure of the cells. Okay, like this structure. He has observed the honeycomb structure of the cork cells. He has observed, and it each consisting of the empty spaces in them. Cork made up of these small cavities. They are made of cavities. Cork made up of cavities. He named it, the cavity, as a little room. As a little room. Okay, so these honeycomb structures, they consist of these cavities. They are empty spaces. Corks made of small cavities. These cork cells are made of small cavities, which means little room. He called these cavities as a cell. These cavities, he called them as a cell, which means little room in Latin. In Latin, cell means little room. Cell, which means little room. Okay, children? So this is about the honeycomb structure of the cell who observed by the Robert Hooke. This is the Robert Hooke's microscope. He invented in 1665. The Robert Hooke's simple magnifying device. This is a simple magnifying device of Robert Hooke. It consists of eyepiece, barrel, focusing screw, objective and water flask with a specimen holder. Okay, so now hope you have understood this, children. Once again I will tell you. This is Robert Hooke's microscope, invented in 1665. It consists of eyepiece, barrel, focusing screw, objective, specimen holder and a water flask. He observed the cork cells. What did he observe? He observed the cork cells. What are these cork cells? He removed the bark of the oak plantation and observed these cells under his microscope, simple microscope. That is, magnification was done several times. Okay, so this is of simple magnification lens. By simple magnifying lens, he used only a simple magnifying lens in his microscope. Through his microscope, he observed the cork cells which showed honeycomb structures. What is honeycomb structure? Honeycomb structure consists of a cavity inside it. It consists of the cavity inside it, which he called as a cell or a little room. Called it as a little room. Okay, children? Hope you have understood this, and in tomorrow's class, I'll again tell you about the cell microscope, structure of the cell, and continue with the animal cell and plant cell. Okay, so in today's class we have studied about the cell as it is defined as a structural and functional unit of a living organism. So it is a biological unit of all the living organisms, we can say. Since they replicate itself independently, they are known as building blocks of life. They replicate means they increase. They replicate independently in a living body. They are the building blocks of life. So they are also called as building blocks of life. They appear as the bricks of the building. So they are called as building blocks of life. They replicate themselves. They are the functional and structural unit of a living organism. Each cell forms an tissue. Several tissues forms an organ. Several organs forms organ systems, and several organ systems forms a organism. As you know very well that all the functions of an organism are performed by the organ systems or these organ systems perform several functions like respiration, digestion, ingestion, circulation. So these are digestion. These are all the functions performed by the living organisms. So the living organisms, as you know very well, that they are from the minute microscopic to the higher living organisms. Each living organism cannot be seen with our naked eye directly. So our scientists have invented the microscopes to observe this unknown world, that is which we cannot see with our naked eye. So there were many scientists like Zacharias Janssen, as I told you earlier, that about the microscopes that were invented by the Galileo Galilei, and the scientists like Athanasius Kircher, Jan Swammerdam, Antony van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke. Okay, so these were the scientists who made discoveries and observed the unknown world with the help of the microscope. Okay children, so today you have learnt about the discovery of the cell, how it was made by the Robert Hooke. Before the discovery of the cell, the living world was observed through the microscopes. So the Zacharias Janssen was the first person who tried to observe the organisms with the microscope. Later, so we can say that Antony van Leeuwenhoek is the first human being to find the organisms that is moving in the drop of water. So perfectly the observation was done by the Zacharias Janssen. So hope you have understood the lesson of today children, and try to write the questions now. Children, before entering into the question part, I want to tell you a simple activity so that you can understand the cell structure that was discovered by the Robert Hooke clearly. That is, if you take a simple matchstick, as you know very well, matchstick, and remove the head of the matchstick and soak it in the water. And cut the thin slices of the matchstick and try to observe under the microscope. How to observe a slide under a given object under a microscope? You have to know to observe. You first take a thin slice of a matchstick, keep it on the glass slide, and put a drop of water or glycerin over it, cover it with the cover slip, put on the stage of the microscope and try to observe it under the microscope. So if you can observe the rectangular shaped cells under the microscope, it will be similar to that of the cork cells that were observed by the Robert Hooke. So you can easily observe the cells of the matchsticks clearly under the microscope. See here children, this is the cells that is observed by the Robert Hooke. These are honeycombed structures. They are honeycomb structures observed by the Robert Hooke. Okay children, so now you are when you observe the matchstick under the microscope, that matchstick cells of matchstick. This is cork cell observed by the Robert Hooke. Cells of matchstick, when you observe under the microscope, you can see this type of rectangular shaped cells. Okay children, so you can find this type of structures over there. This is the shape of the matchstick cells. Section of cork cells or the honeycomb structure. This is a honeycomb structure of cork cells. This is matchstick cells, that is rectangular shaped cells. You have already written rectangular shaped cells of matchstick. Okay children, so this is about the cork cells or the section of the cork cells. Draw it in your notebooks. Now I'll tell you about the preparation of glass slide. So how to prepare the microscopic slide, preparation of microscopic slide. So how to prepare a microscopic slide? For this you have to take a glass slide of 2 mm thickness. This thickness should be 2 mm and length and breadth should be 8 into 3 centimeters. 8 into 3 centimeters each side. Okay children, this is in the preparation of the glass slide. First is the slide to be taken to be of 2 mm thickness. Okay, next the object to be taken should be very thin film. It should be placed over the glass slide. The object should be very thin. It should be cut with the help of a razor. It should be cut with the help of a razor. Here you have taken the matchstick cell, isn't it? How did you cut it? With a very razor. Within part of it, it should be cut with the help of a razor and kept over the glass slide. And the object placed with the help of a brush, soft brush. You have to take a glycerin, a drop of water or glycerin to be added to it. Why you are adding a drop of water or glycerin means not to make it dry. Okay, it should not be dried, whether to be kept for a longer period. If it is to kept for a longer period, then glycerin is to be added instead of water, okay, on the object. Then third step, you will cut the object to 0.5 mm thickness with the so when with a drop of water the object is placed over the slide, I said, isn't it? So after placing the slide over an object, when it is, I told you it should be cut with the razor. Okay, next, transparent object. Since it is a very transparent, it should be stained with saffron, iodine or any color. Okay, chemical dye also can be used.